Good morning. How are you guys? Nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. So let me see how you guys are this morning. See if I can find you. Gosh, it's 9:05 already. Had stuff going on here at the house this morning. There's some people here working on the house, and I had to do that stuff. Adulting. Oh yes, I'm right side up. Nice. Got it. Good morning, Alicia. Gosh, it's 9:05 already. All right. Good morning, Vicky. Barbara's in the house. Becky's here. Valerie's here. Yay. So Alicia, Barbara, Vicky, Valerie, Becky. Nice. Just checking in. So, good morning. So, the lady that helps take care of the house is in that end of the house doing some work before my friends come home. And it's kind of noisy on that side of the house. So on this side of the house, it's nice and quiet, and I can close the door so it can be just us. So this morning, I sent out my very first group professional big girl email. I signed up for MailChimp like over a year ago and been going to send a newsletter or send information to you guys for the last 15 years and just didn't, because I have this thing about email filling up my inbox, and I just had a stigma to it, and I thought it was going to be too hard for me to do or learn. And anyway, long story longer, I stayed up till 1, got it to work, and sent out emails to those folks that I had email addresses for. And if I didn't have your email address, I tried to send you a text message. And some of you, I ended up sending emails and text messages. But I also posted on the Yoga at Unity with Michelle Pugh Facebook page so that you can see about us reopening and getting back to group classes. So next week, starting June 2nd, so that means next Tuesday, we will start back to classes. We're going to have the class schedule exactly the way that it was for now to see if it works. We have spacing marked out on the floor. There's a whole new criteria to try to help keep you safe, to keep everyone else safe. If you want to wear a mask, great. If you don't, that's great. We respect and support you no matter whatever it is that you choose. But we try to just make sure everything is clean, and we respect people's space if they need it. And so that's going to start back on... Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Molly. Good morning, Karen. So we're going to try that next week. And if we see, like, maybe in the morning when it's not too hot, but if we see that there is just so many people coming and we can't handle that capacity, we may move yoga outside for those people who want to do that so we can have more folks. Literally, this has to be fluid. It has to be organic, and we have to be flexible to change. And I think if the last 2-3 months have taught us anything, it's about that flexibility of change, because we had to, whether we liked it or not. And so I want to respect my yoga students, but I also want to respect the other people who use the Unity Church. I mean, we do yoga there all the time together, and it's hard for us to realize, oh, other people use this space too. It's not just us. And so I want to respect the folks at Unity as well. So, Mary and Norm, you're here. Petra, yay! Glad that you found us. All right, well, it's 10 after. I've been palavering, and I did start a little late because of stuff going on here at the house. So, I hope everybody enjoyed their Memorial Day, that they had their Warrior series. So, just kind of filling you guys in that I will continue live videos, but not daily. So, I guess today is day 64. And it doesn't seem like it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of work. And once I start teaching in the class, room setting, there's going to be a lot of work going on there. And I'm back at my other jobs. I have 5 of them. And so it's getting a little hard. So when I am in the class, I will stream live. Now, the format that I typically used before is whatever the theme was. You guys have gotten a different class every single day for 63 days, 64 days. But I typically stick with that same class the entire weeks. It just makes it easier because not everybody would come on Tuesday that came on Thursday or whatever. Not sure how I'm going to work that out, but I'm not going to do our dailies anymore. I'm going to do it when I'm in the studios and maybe a Sunday here and there as we transitioned into new norm and we get into unfiltered and we change classes. I'm thinking about adding classes at Unity as well, that changing the schedule that's been the same for 15 years. So we're going to address all of that in the next coming months or so. So let's get started. If you have ideas or comments, please put them in there because it's just me trying to make these decisions. So I really appreciate any information I can get. All right. Good morning, John. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Neva. Good morning, Haley. Oh, after we start Unity. So I'm going to continue to do dailies up to Sunday. I'm going to take Monday to regroup, and then I'll be on Tuesday. But I will absolutely let you know in the video when it's going to be the last one, and I will post it everywhere on my social medias. So you guys don't show up at 9 o'clock and me not be there. Promise. All right, let's do this thing. We're going to come into a comfortable seated position. Lifting that pelvic floor, pull the navel in, tall spine, and just breathe. That's all we can do is just breathe. Once we set that intention, we check in with the body. How is that physical body? Maybe you have some aches and pains. We don't judge them, we just recognize them. And then we check in. How is that energetic body? Are you still sluggish because it's early? Is it jittery? Hyper? Raring to go? And then we check in with the mental body. Are you chewing on something? Something's bothering you? Maybe you're elated. You just woke up happy. Maybe your brain is already busy and you have to rein it in. None of these answers are right or wrong. They just help us set the tone for our personal practice. We set that intention of what we hope for that practice. I just want my practice to be open and receptive. I want to be in a state of allowing good things to come to me. I want to get out of my own way. Finding the breath. Maybe you're going to use your Ujjayi breathing throughout the practice. We're going to open those eyes, lace the fingers together, pressing out, lifting up, tall spine. And release, turning to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left shoulder comes down, right hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come up. Back to the center. Hands come out and up. And turn to the left. Tall spine. Nice tall body. Feel the snap, crackles, and pops. 1, 2. Finding your breath. And then slowly we're going to allow that shoulder to sink down. And the hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And slowly coming back up. Back to the center. And lengthen. Nice long stretch here. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Nice long body, lifting pelvic floor. We're going to definitely feel the hips. Maybe whichever leg is crossed on top. That one you're going to feel that hip a little more. Lower back is working, glute is working. 3, 4, 5. Slowly walking ourselves back up. And we're going to change those legs. Good morning, David. Good morning, Celeste. So after we change this cross of those legs, we're going to let that right arm come down, elongating through side body. Nice big stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come up. Bend at the elbow, twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And stretch. And up. Left arm comes down. Right arm reaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We let that hand come up. We bend the elbow. We twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We unwind and lengthen it out. And slowly we come back up. Hands come behind. We're going to roll the shoulders back, lifting the chest, opening the heart. Forward folding, hands coming up. Nice stretch here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come down as we come up. Back so the hands come together, roll back body. And gently release. Right ear, right shoulder, checking in. Feels so good to move. Left ear, left shoulder. Back to the center. Nicely done. Now, we're not going to do those other things. We're going to just come right over onto hands and knees. If you need a blanket for your knees, grab that. It could even be like a tiny cushion or maybe double mat. Maybe you have a jacket or a sweatshirt, clothes, just something to protect those knees if they're cranky. And we're going to just shift back and we're going to release. Maybe you can walk those hands out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, we're going to slowly walk those hands in. Bring those knees in. Let's see if we can come up onto those knees. Opening through those hips. We're going to push those hips forward. Our hands are on those hips, just pressing forward. Opening through the heart. Opening through neck. Making space down the front of body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contract. Look down at the floor. Let's try that again. Readjust if you need to. Hips are forward, heart is up, opening through the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contract belly, looking down. Gently we bring those hands down. We're going to make a C with the spine to the right. We're going to make a C with the spine to the left. Back to the center. Slowly we come back and stretch. All right, now we've kind of been creeping along in this practice. We need to get a little warm going here. So from here, we're going to inhale to table, from table into down dog, bending and stretching, waking up those ankles, waking up the knees and the hips, lengthening through the spine, filling in lower back, nice elongation, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice long stretch here. We're going to let that left foot come towards center. We're going to let that right one come up. Nice big stretch. Bend that knee, open through the front of the hip. We're revolving the hips and not the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that foot come down. We're going to let that left leg come up. Bend the knee, opening through that hip. Pressing that heel down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring that foot down, bending, stretch, lengthening through the spine. We're going to put those knees down, come right into child's pose, stretch it out. Maybe that was a lot of pressure for your hands. It's that first pose of the day where you had to hold weight. Maybe you open and close those hands. Feel the work in lower back. Now from here, we're going to come back to table. From table to down dog. From down dog, we bring that right leg forward, sit left knee down. Now, after we sit that left knee down, we're going to slowly come up. Feel the front of left hip really stretch and open. Let that left hand come up. Let that right hand come up. Opening through the heart. Now I do have my back foot curled under for more of a stretch. If you're getting cramping in your feet, you can release that back foot. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that left hand come down. Rotate right shoulder up, lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to see if we can reach that hand back. Bend this back leg, grabbing that foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release that out. We're going to bring those knees or those elbows down to the floor. Nice big stretch here. We're going to try not to let this knee rotate out. And it'll want to because the hip's a little tight. So if it rotates out some, that's okay. But we don't want to bend the ankles. We don't want it to do this. We want it to stay straight if we can. Lengthening through the crown of the head. And again, whatever you do with that back foot is going to be okay. Maybe you prefer to have the top of the foot down. The left knee is still a little wonky for me, but by turning that foot under, it makes my knee feel better. You choose. Slowly, we're going to walk it back up. We're going to shift back and lengthen through that right leg, giving it just a little bit of a break. We're going to bring right knee back. Left leg forward. From here, we're going to walk it up. Lift it up. Really big stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that right hand come down. Left shoulder rotates up, left hand comes up, lengthening in. Nice big stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to reach back. We're going to bend that knee, grab the foot, really lean in. Feel that hip open. Nice big stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release that down. See if maybe we can put those elbows down. Nice big stretch here. Lengthening through that hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to come up, shifting back, lengthening through that hamstring. Feeling pretty good on those hips. We're going to release that out. Now from there, we're going to spread those feet some. We're going to turn those toes under. And we're going to see if maybe we can shift back and come into a squat. Feeling that work, really getting a chance to balance out the hips. Feeling that work. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to slowly come forward. Walking those feet in, looking at the knees. Shaking the head no. Shaking the head yes. Soften those knees. We're going to roll it up. Shoulders come up by the ears, back and down. Up by the ears, back and down. And walk it out. Yay, everybody. We made it this far. All right, let's keep that up. From the front, we're going to inhale up. Exhale, forward folding. Fingertips flat back. I'm going to move this a little bit here. Forward fold. We're just going to hang here. Looking at our knees, shake the head no. Shake the head heck yes. I'm loving my yoga practice. We're going to soften those knees. We're going to send that right foot back, grounding that foot. Slowly, we're going to come up. Warrior 1. Working it, just lifting up some. That warrior 1 was just to get us up. We're going to work on warrior 2. So we rotated the hip, but we kept this left leg in place. We're trying to open through the hip. This external rotation is what we're working on today. Opening out to the side. So we went from here to here. The torso moved, but the hips wanted to follow along. We want to try to keep this open. Warrior 2. You can take on Prana Mudra if you'd like to help with your breath or any type of focus. The thumb pad on the fingernail beds of the ring finger and the pinky finger. Where's your full breathing as you press down into the feet? 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want to continue to work this hip, and we want this contraction in the hip because we're working through external rotation. We're going to bring that left elbow to the knee. Now notice I'm not doing anything with this hand. Now after we have this a little bit, my torso is still turned. So this is a lateral movement, but you're really going to feel it in the hip flexor and a little bit in this back hip, because that left glute has to stay active to keep this leg rotating out. We'll see if we can let this left hand make it down to the floor. Feeling that work. Maybe you can let the palm touch. Maybe you have to be on the fingers. And then extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that arm just dangle down. We're going to come to the ball of that right foot. We're going to step back into a plank. From plank, knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward dog. Bending and stretching. And that right leg comes forward, grounding that back foot. From here, come up into warrior 1. Now, we want to keep that knee traveling forward. As the torso turns, we don't allow this knee to rotate. Maybe you adjust back foot. Again, this is constantly staying active so that the knee stays open. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you're going to take that prana mudra. Find a breath here, a really big one. See if you can inhale all the way up through the bottoms of your feet. Feeling that work. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to allow that right elbow to come down to the knee. Left arm just hangs here for a second. Once it's here, we're trying not to let this knee rotate in. We're going to allow that hand to come down. Maybe you're on your pinkies. Maybe you come all the way down. We're going to let this arm dangle. Maybe it reaches. My torso is still turning out. Find your breath. Push down and out through back foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to allow that left arm to come down. We're going to come to the ball of that left foot and step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. Wow. Yay us. So we're going to continue to work through external rotation. So a prime example of that in balance is tree and hand to big toe pose. So we're going to start with tree. It's I don't want to say it's simple. No pose is really simple, but it's not complicated either. Simple's better than easy, I think. Left foot, heel, ball, toes. Okay? So we're going to try to slowly put some weight into that left foot. Now, once we have weight in that left foot, we feel the weight coming down into that foot. Maybe we can put the heel against the ankle. Maybe we can lift and place. Hands come to the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands slowly come down. And release. Walk it out. Right foot, heel, ball, toes. Put that weight in. From here, we're going to place that foot onto the thigh. Hands come to the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let those hands blossom up. Opening through the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come back down. Gently release. Walk it out. Nice work. We're going to come back to the front of the mat. Take a second. Feel connected through the feet. I'm going to inhale up. Exhale, forward folding. Fingertips flat back. Now, as we come forward, we're going to step that right foot back. Pushing through that heel. Nice big stretch here, just working through the ankle. No agenda other than just stretching through that ankle. Now, from this posture, we're going to sit that right knee down. Once we sit the right knee down, we're going to see if we can move this left foot over to the right side of the mat. And then let the knee drop. For pigeon. We're going to see if we can slowly come down. Softening right foot, maybe a little rock here from side to side. So that left knee has to rotate out. It's rotating out to the side. We're getting that work. 2. Now, if this is too difficult on your knee, you can recline and do this posture. We're going to do it standing as soon as we're done with this one. Good morning, Mimi. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to bring right arm across the body. Left hand goes on knee. We're going to rotate up, looking up towards sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gently release. Straight arms. Over to the right. Lift right leg. Reach back. Grab it. Pull it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. We're going to turn those toes and step back to down dog. Bending and stretching. We let that right leg travel. Now, when that right leg travels up, all we're doing in the beginning is just feeling that work. We're pushing through that left heel. We feel that hip opening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to sit that left knee down gently. And then we're going to try to let this right leg travel to the left side of the mat. Right knee comes down. Elbows come down. Hips come down. Feeling that work through the hip, we're going to try to pull right hip back, lengthening through the crown of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to let that left arm come across. Right hand goes on the knee. Start to rotate, looking up towards the sky. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly release, coming up. We're going to walk those hands over to the left. Now, once we get to the left, we're going to allow that left leg to come up. See if maybe we can reach back, grab the foot. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just wave at it. It's like, good morning, foot. That's fine. We're making that effort of moving in space. 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, we're going to gently release that down. Turning those toes. Pushing back to down dog. Bending and stretching, lengthening through the spine, broadening the back. Maybe a little shake here, lifting and lowering the fingers. We bend those knees, look forward, and we're going to step forward. Fingertips flat back, forward folding, Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. Nice work. So maybe you're going to rotate those shoulders and check in with the body. So now we're going to try another balance. So this balance is going to be like the pigeon posture we did on the floor. We're going to hold the leg. So we have our left foot, heel, ball, toe. Remember, if you need a chair, use it, or use a wall. We have that foot placed. We put our weight into that foot. We feel the 4 points of the foot. We're going to grab that right foot and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to release that down. Walk it out. Nice work. Right foot, heel, ball, toes. Put that weight into right foot. So we feel the 4 points of that foot pressing down. We're going to take that left leg and grab it. 1, 2, so we feel this external rotation. 3, 4, 5. We're going to gently release that out. Walk it out. Let's come back to the front of the mat. We're going to inhale up. Exhale, forward folding. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Slowly we're going to bring that right leg back. Slowly we bring that left leg back. We're in plank. From plank, knees. Chest and chin. Belly comes down. Now, we are working on external rotation in the hip, but we need to continue to try to open through the front and backs of the hips. We're going to see if we can bend this right leg and see if we can grab that foot. We're going to see if we can bend the left leg and grab that foot. Now, if you can't grab your feet, you can put strap around your feet and hold the strap this way, or you can just wave at your feet. No problem. Good morning, Brian. Buenos dias, Palacios. Good morning, Mom. So we're going to slowly pull, and we're trying to open that front body while contracting back body. And mostly, we just want to move. So if you can make that shape the best you can, it's the function, not the form, that matters. The function is to get you moving, to get your digestion going, opening through hips, contracting through back. What it looks like doesn't matter. As long as it's not hurting your body, you're good. And gently release that down. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Maybe you take a little rock here. Maybe it was uncomfortable and you need to rock it out. Now from here, we're going to press the table, from table to down dog. Bending and stretching. Snap, crackles, and pops. Lengthening through spine. Filling in lower back. We're going to bend those knees. Look where we're headed, because you always want to look where you're going. It helps you travel there better. Walking in, fingertips flat back. Forward fold. We're going to inhale up. Hands come down. So our last standing posture is a balance. It's hand to big toe pose, but we're going to grab the knee. Makes it a little easier to accomplish. Again, you want to use the chair or a wall. Feel free to do that. Left foot, heel, ball, toes. All the weight is in the left leg. We're going to reach up, grab right knee. Tucking back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to allow that to open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring it back closed and let it come down. Hand comes to hip. Let's see if we can switch. Heel, ball, toe. Bring left knee up. Nice. Grab it. Flex that foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we can bring that foot out to the side. Nice work here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring that knee back to the center. We're going to let that foot release down. Walk it out. Nice work here. So from here, we're going to try to bring ourselves down to the mat and work on some more hip openers. Again, this is more about that external rotation versus that internal rotation of the hip. So we're going to spread a little wide. Bring those hands down first. We're going to sit those hips down and come into a squat. Feel that work. This is really good to balance because there's always going to be a side that things come a little easier for. And because it's a little easier, you'll go into a pose a little deeper on one side versus the other. And we want to make sure that we're balanced. We're going to extend those arms forward. See if we can sit back on the booty. Put the bottoms of the feet together. Now, once we get the bottoms of the feet together, we're going to lean forward a little bit. Feeling that work in the hips. Nice long stretch here. 3, 4, 5. As we come back up, we're going to bring the knees up. Now, as we bring those knees up, we're going to cross the arms, roll the back. Nice stretch here. Through that back body, we feel the shoulders separate. And we're going to lift up, change that cross, and roll again. We're going to bring those knees back in. We're going to hug those knees. And gently release. So from here, we're going to come out into wide angle. Again, we're trying to work through this movement. Now, wide angle is not the same as external rotation, but it helps give a little more space in the hip for external rotation to happen. We're going to turn to the right. We're going to see if we can lean over that right leg. And these are all those things that we're doing as we're starting to bring the practice down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we come back up. We're going to rotate through the middle and over to the left, and we're going to lengthen forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to slowly come back up. Now we're going to come straight through the center. Feeling the legs be active, especially on the insides of the thighs, making more space. We want to have this nice roundness in the hip where all of those muscles get as much length as they can so that they move a little more fluidly with one another. Now, as we come up, we're going to work on a little external rotation movements. We're going to do them seated and then reclined. So we're going to see if we can bring those legs in. And we're going to see if we can bring that right foot onto the left leg. Now already you see the difference in that rotation. Rotation is when that knee rotates out to the side. The back of the leg is not touching the floor. The side of the leg touches the floor. So you can see how this would be tree if we were standing up. This would be pigeon when we were standing up or reclined. So that's why a lot of times this particular pose is called seated pigeon. So we're going to pull the foot in. We're going to lift this leg up. We're going to feel that work on the hip. And remember, you can always bring that knee down some to really open through side body as well. See what your body will allow this morning. 1, smile, muscles in the face. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. Extend those legs. Bounce it out. We're going to take that left leg, bring it into the thigh. And then let that right knee come up. We're going to just work here for a second. And then let that left knee come down. Feeling that work. Opening through that waistline. 2, 3, 4. Wow, feels so good. In a grumpy kind of way, but it feels good. 3, 4, 5. Gently release that out. Ooh, little bouncy bounce here. Now, we're going to bring those legs from side to side, not in windshield wiper fashion, but just enough to stretch through that IT band, which is this connecting muscle here through the side. So we're going to bring those up and bring that over, working through the side body. So we have an external rotation, internal rotation. We're trying to just even everything out as we practice. We're going to bring those legs up and over to the other side. Nice big stretch. My computer is about to die on you guys this morning. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those legs up. We're going to extend them out. Nice little bounce again. And we're going to turn on our mat. You're already going to be in the correct place on your mat. And we're going to roll back. I'm going to plug in my computer because I don't want to miss you and lose you this morning. And we're going to bring those knees into the chest. So as you bring your knees into your chest, you're going to want to rock from side to side. Now we want to continue with that external rotation theme. So we're going to let that left leg come down. We're going to grab the right leg. We're going to open it out to the side. Flex the foot and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it across the body to balance that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back to the center. Put that foot down and extend. We're going to bring that left leg up. Rotate it out to the side. This is that external rotation for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring that knee back in. We're going to bring that leg across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring that leg back in. We're going to put the bottom of that left foot down. We're going to put the bottom of that right foot down, and we're going to windshield wiper. As we move them out to the side, you're going to feel that the outside of the leg where we've been using to externally rotate stretch. So to contract the outside is external rotation, to lengthen is internal rotation. And we totally feel that work. We're going to bring them to the other side if you haven't already. Back to the center. So this time, we're going to put that right foot on the knee and bring that left knee into the chest. Feel that work through side body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to take that right foot, place it on the floor. So this is external and down, right? We're going to bring that left leg in. Feel that work. Now, we've been trying to do this particular pose pretty much most of the days that we've been practicing lately. And after that practice, you may notice that this is not as intense because we've worked on those muscles already. We're going to slowly bring that leg back up, little release, and put that left foot on the right knee, pulling that right knee in. We feel that work. We feel the change in that rotation in the hip. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to release. We're going to put that left foot down on the floor. Pull that right knee in. Oof. Now on this side, though, it is grumpy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to gently release that foot down. We're going to bring those legs up. And again, another little bit of windshield wiper. Now we've done a lot of lengthening through the front. We need contraction on the back. So we're going to parallel those feet. We're going to press through the heels. So the focus is pressing down, not necessarily your hips lifting up. The pressing down through the feet will just lift the hips. So we press down and it lifts up. And we have those nice full breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly rolling down. We take a pause. We're going to see if we can do that again. We press down through the feet, lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Contract, contract, contract. 5. Slowly rolling back down. Oh. We release one leg, then the other leg. Resting down to the floor. Maybe a little rock to find your best comfort. Releasing down. Now some of you at home like to use bolsters and blankets and things to prop you up. You do that. Maybe laying on the floor is uncomfortable. Then you're going to sit in a seated position. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we should be settled in by now. We release the feet. We release the ankles, the shin and the calf. The knees and the thighs. We soften the glutes and pelvic belly. We release lower back and navel. Mid back and solar plexus. Shoulder blades and heart. Collarbones lift, neck lengthens. Face softens. Nice smiles. Soft breath. But now we bring that awareness back into the breathing. We feel that inhale travel up back body and down front body. Smoothing out the tissues. Remember, we have all these different bodies. We have a physical body, emotional, a mental body. Maybe it's the mental body that needs the smoothing out, not the muscles. Then let the breath do its work of bringing those 3 bodies together. A little equanimity there, a little fluidness. Inhaling up back body, exhaling down front body.
Now, at home, you can continue to stay here if you would like with your fur babies, your real babies, or none of the above. Just comfy pillow and jammies. That's good. We slowly start to bend one knee and then the other. Rocking those knees from side to side. And then from there we roll to the right side. And then slowly we push up to a comfortable seated position. Now, once we make it to that seated position, we're going to get nice and comfortable. And put right ear, right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. Back to the center. We're actually just going to do a couple little circles here. We did a lot of work in the hips. And this is just going to help smooth it out. We get to the front, we change that direction. We feel that smoothing out in the waistline. And next time you make it to the front, you're going to stop and come up. You're going to bring those hands to the heart. You're going to remind yourself of all the amazing things you have in your life to be thankful for. I'm going to send out love and kindness and compassion to those who need it. We're going to end the practice only if you're comfortable with an Om. Inhaling. Bowing forward. Namaste. Peace be with you. Go safely. Thank you for coming. Yay, yoga! So thank you for joining me here today. I appreciate you. I see that Christy joined in and Joelle. Mwah, mwah. Again, I love you guys so much. Thank you for all of your support as we move through this unusual time together. And I've loved the comments and the letters and the outreach, and we kept our community even though we were separated, and I really appreciate that. Again, we're making that transition back into group classes for next week. We'll still try to have an online presence for the community that we have created that don't live locally, which is amazing. But I'll keep you posted, constantly flooded with information so that there's no guessing what's going on. Big loves from me to you. Mwah.